Alright, so last season we spent over 100 million on brand new transfers to improve our team here, which you can see some signings that we did make, the likes of João Felix, Van Deur, and also Omega becoming some of our bigger signings that we brought in. We then went on to win the Community Shield here for the first game of the season. We went on to win the Carabao Cup as well, as you can see right there. But we also went on to also win an unlikely Premier League trophy, surprisingly finishing top of the table, undefeated all season long. After that, our second back-to-back FA Cup trophy, and to wrap it all up, a Europa League trophy on top of it all to win. Well, you can see 5 trophies in one season right there, which you love to see. And then we also finished top of the table, as you can see right there. You're going to see the player stats there. You can pause it and look at these stats here. As you can see, we had some insane players performing incredibly last season, which saw us going to win 5 trophies. And also, let's get into season 3 and make some big signings to improve this team even more. And becoming our most expensive signing so far for £80 million to massively improve our defensive signing, Dayot Upamecano, the Frenchman who's 88 rated, 28 years of age now, 3 seasons in at Bayern Munich, well from Bayern Munich I should say, to join us and partner on us at Mukele in the backline to form a French partnership, and I believe will become a backup centre-back and also a great first team option if we do need him, and also Toto Gomez as well. And I believe Bueno, the Uruguayan centre-back, I might sell him as well just in case we need money for more signings that we're going to bring into the team. But Upamecano should be a fantastic centre-back for us. Now we are a Champions League team looking to massively improve so we can challenge and win that title this season. Let's get into more signings and improve this team even more. And returning to Wolverhampton Wanderers after leaving to Saudi a few years ago is Ruben Neves, the Portuguese midfielder, 30 years of age now, 85 rated in the team, will be the captain of the squad going into the season. Obviously hoping to lift the Champions League for us. Became a cult hero at Wolves a few years ago when they were in the Championship, scoring insane long shots for them. And again, it's the same in the Premier League. We're hoping he can do well in midfield alongside João Gomez, and Andrew will be a backup to them in midfield as well. But Neves rejoins Wolves here. Like I said, will be the captain of the squad going into the season, and hopefully we'll see him lift multiple trophies this season, I should say. And also signing from Al Hilal, returning to European football, is Theo Hernandez, signing for 40 million from Al Hilal here, the 29-year-old, 84-rated Frenchman. So one of the most overpowered defenders in the team, or in the game, in terms of actual stats, pace-wise. He's got good places as well, great defensive stats, and good going forward. Now partners up with his fellow Frenchman, the likes of Mukele and Dayot Upamecano in our back line, and becomes our final signing of this window. And we're going to get into the Community Shield and try to win that for back-to-back seasons, facing Man City this time round, though. In that one, Theo Hernandez was a big signing for us in this team, and our final one, like I mentioned, of this window. And well, it's time to see if we can win our second Community Shield in a row. Obviously, we did win this trophy last season, defeating Liverpool on penalties in the final. Let's get into this one up against Man City at Wembley and hopefully see Ruben Neves. This is his first trophy as Wolves captain here in this series. Made them move into the centre of the box there, not too sure why he didn't. Gomez, Yorome now again. Omega is not where I need him to be though, but here we go. Oh, that would have been great though. Kanji intercepts it. Theo Hernandez would anticipate. And also the Bruiser play side offensively is a very, very good defender. Lovely play here between Yorome and João Felix. And Yorome now can hit them. Yorome just too much on it there from him, and it's over the bar. Ball over here to Buddy Barcola. Holland. Good defender there from Upamecano. Now Gomez, who switched sides of the midfield this season. Obviously, he was on where Neves was in that playmaker role, but now he's a box-to-box midfielder for us in the team. As Yorome now running free to get a low-driven shot away. No, we can't. Donnarumma saves it anyway. And there, but it goes back. Somehow goes back to John Stones and gets all back off him. And Megan out, telling Yorome to make the run. He can feed the ball through to him. The Spaniard is through again. This time, can he find the back of the net? Yes, he does. And Yorome, what a signing he's been since we signed him in January for the first season. In our first ever transfer window we were in. It seems a long time ago now, but it really wasn't in terms of actual real life time, but it kind of was at the same time. It was like over a week ago. But Yorome, what a player he has been in this team. And I think for this season, I'm going to make the episodes maybe a bit longer. So we have either a bit longer or we play less games. I'm not too sure what I want to do. Because obviously we're in season 3. We kind of want to wrap up the series and get to the Champions League final. So I think now we have a much better team. I might sim more games and also skip periods of the season via the calendar and stuff like that. So just make this series a little bit quicker for us to go through. Barcola. Wasn't up for the passes to Holland. Upamecano just was to defend him. Yorome. João Felix. Yorome. Patrick Vimmer, sorry. And Wimmer now driving through. Can he score a similar goal this side on the opposite side of the pitch? Yes, he does. A finish into the top corner there from Patrick Wimmer, who has been incredible since we moved into the right mid role. He was also a player who was signed in January of season 1, and he was the cam for us in the first season. Well, for the first months we had him. He was a shadow striker. We then brought João Felix last season, so we moved Wimmer to the right mid role and made him an inside forward. And he has been incredible for us in that role. And he makes it 2-0 here to us in the Community Shield final against Man City. Obviously not the biggest trophy to win, but we want to win this one back to back. And it's a trophy that you want to win rather than lose anyway. It's like the Carabao Cup. You'd rather win it than lose it. I feel like a lot of the faster players are always down the wing, and we've got fast wingers and fast defenders. It's Erling Haaland and Molineux. Haaland. And it's 2-1 just for the half-time break. Good move by him. Ball into the box. They're looking for João Gomez on the header, but Donnarumma makes a save. João Felix plays it through. And Yarame, oh, that's incredible. I'm surprised that really worked. Donnarumma though somehow saves it. Wimmer, why not? Wimmer from range, he hits it, and Wimmer almost scored a great goal. Ball through to Haaland. Ball across. Reinders back into Haaland. Shot taken, and Van Dijk was save. He does well to defend him, but he doesn't actually do so. Just chewing out. Curling now, probably looking for the cross into watch. Yes, he does. Haaland's header, thankfully, wasn't the best, and Yarame gets to it. Into Erling Haaland. Chua goes in, tried to just get the ball off him, but it's going to be whipped in. Theo Hernandez to Upamecano, and it's going to be cleared, and that should be the end of the game. It's going to be a 2-1 victory in a Community Shield final for back-to-back victories for us in this competition. This time, a little bit more straightforward than the penalty shootout against Liverpool. Let's cut to the trophy lift and see ourselves lift this trophy for a second time. This time, no, it's Ruben Neves lifting it. And well, here we are for the first time seeing Ruben Neves back in Wolves colours here, lifted a trophy. I believe he was number 8 for Wolves when he was there last time. Obviously, João Gomez is number 8 in this team right now. That's where he has number 7 on his back. And Ruben Neves returns as Wolves captain and lifts a trophy on his debut of return to the club, which is good to see in a great way to start the season off with by winning a second consecutive Community Shield. And what I completely forgot that a few days later we're also going to be taking on Liverpool here in the Super Cup final. We won the Europa League last season. They won the Champions League. Let's get into this game and hopefully beat them to prove that we are a team that are going to win the Champions League this season as well. Pep Guardiola said they could have sat on this after we beat them to every trophy other than the Champions League. As João Felix trying to get through, but Woods, whoever he is, does well it. Chewing out. Neves. To Yarame. Oh, Woods is there though. Fending there. João Felix now. Oh, a little bit under, not under hit, but a little bit poorly timed for the pass anyway. Molineux really makes a save. Well, maybe there from João Felix with that from him. Yarame. Omega inside. Great touch and a great finish. That's a fantastic goal there from Omega. I need to see if Molineux should have saved it, but if not, that's a great finish and a great goal. The touch and the finish to match as well. We'll see from this replay if it was easily savable or not. I mean, he could have saved it. It's a good finish though, and a great goal to put us 1-0 up here in the Super Cup final. A free kick again against us. Not too sure about that one, ref. That felt like just like a little bit of a shoulder barge there. That's completely fine. But it's going to be a free kick for them. Wirtz hits it, and Wirtz is denied by Van Dijk. Yarame looking for Omega on the header. And Omega's header is saved by Mamardashvili. Very comfortably there. Give him up. He does ball it. He does incredible, in fact. There's the box to Gomez. Yarame. Oh, I was just hoping. I actually would forward to him. And it's going to forward to João Felix. A little bit of fortune there favoured us. My voice just died there. I don't know what's happened there. I was midway through speaking and I just lost the ability to speak. Or it came back pretty quickly. But João Felix there wraps it up and puts it in the back of the net. And when Marquinhos, the clearance from him was not great. And Yarame somehow just got in there and made it awkward, and it fell to João Felix after the save from Mamardashvili for an easy tap in to make it 2-0 to us. and a well-deserved second goal for us in this game. To this game, no, just and like make sure that it's done. Good challenge. That's an incredible challenge, actually. Keeping the ball in play as well. Ball over the top here to Rafinha. And Jackson, Jackson Chachua has completely pocketed Rafinha in this game on every occasion. That's going to be headed goals by Marquinhos, and thankfully wide of the post there. Oh, Rafinha. Oh, no. Oh, no. Rafinha charging through. Vanja, big save needed, and Vanja's made it. And Upamecano can't stop him, and they're going to go for a score anyway. There we go. That's just frustrating. I mean, to be fair, the way we got our second goal was scrappy and kind of like that, but at the same time, it is what it is. You know what I mean? We're 2-1 up still. We take it. You know, Neves, why not? Long shots are his thing. And Mohamed Ashuri makes a save. Head to Wimmer. Ball up. Jerome. That is not where it needed to go, though. Back in from Gomez to Neves, and it's going to be the 2-1 victory. 2 back-to-back finals won. And this time it's the UEFA Super Cup that we're winning here. And well, what a return to Wolves it's been for Ruben Neves. He's signed for us, he's won the Community Shield, he's won the UEFA Super Cup straight away. 2 trophies for him to lift in the space of a week. It's pretty insane to think about. We win both of them back to back, you know, to see it. And this is a big statement for us here. Obviously, we've won every final we have been in so far, I do believe, right? We've won every final we've been in. We only lost 1 semi-final in season 1, but we have won every single final we've been in so far, and hopefully we can continue that going into the season and see ourselves at the end of it lifting the Champions League, and hopefully that man right there, Ruben Neves, will be the man lifting that one. And well, as you can see, since beating Liverpool in the Super Cup final, we managed to sim and win every game we've been in so far. As you can see, most recently beating Fulham 4-1 there at home. We're going to get into this one though, up against Bayer Leverkusen in the first league game of the Champions League phase. We're going to sim the rest of the games of this month as well. Then get into possibly most likely this game against Arsenal here at the end of the episode in October. And that's most likely we're going to end that episode. But let's get into this one though, up against Leverkusen. As you'll see by the team, quite a lot of players are going up in overall. João Felix has got up a +1, Gomez the same, and Mikel has got to an 83, Chachua 82, and Mega 85, and Jerome also an 85, Milinkovic-Savic in goal, up to an 83 as well. Let's get into this one in the rain at Le Molineux and hopefully beat Leverkusen, the team that we just did a series with. Leverkusen tend to be a team that I don't enjoy playing against in Career Mode because I've played like a really weird way, but Wimmer couldn't make it 1-0, and Wimmer scores early on. That's a great goal, by the way. The football we played did on the left-hand side to get forward was incredible. But yeah, Leverkusen are a team that in previous years in Career Mode have been similar to Leipzig and the Spurs and some other teams that just play a super heavy press style of football. That's so annoying to play against, and they tend to get lucky goals and everything works out for them. But this didn't work out for them here, and Zuma runs through and makes it 1-0 early on in this game here, which was to see. And what a start to our debut in the Champions League here. Grimaldo, Patrick Schick. Okay, Upamecano steps up like that again. I'm not going to be too happy about it. Teo Hernandez-Zelo. He does that quite a lot for some reason. Now Wimmer. Looking to be sent forward again. He has done. Wimmer. He shoot. Wimmer does so, but Kovar makes a save, and that's not going to be a penalty for us, unfortunately, there. João Felix through. And Omega, that run is not what I needed from you. Patrick Wimmer shoots, though. It falls to Jerome. And Kovar. Well, it's looking around for his defenders, wondering where were they, because Jerome was left open. And it's 2-0 here to his sorry, and Omega celebrates there. The run that I wanted to make with him, by the way, was the diagonal run into the box. But for some reason the game thought I flicked it in a way that he would run all the way over to like the fans in the stands near where the players are and the managers for the substitutions. That was such a weird like run that the game made him do, but it worked out for us in a way because Jerome got in that position and scored. But it's 2-0 here to us, and if we make it 3-0, I might send the rest of this game like we have done previously, just to speed up the game and stuff, because if we're winning 3-0, most of the time, you're not going to concede 3 goals in a simulation there, Jerome. I feel it's Omega should be through here, that's great play, and Omega to make it 3, and he's made it 3. I thought Leverkusen would have been a tough challenge for us, that's why I decided to play this game. But with 3 goals up here inside 30 minutes or so, and it's looking comfortable. We're going to sim the rest of it. Omega triples their lead in this game. Kovar beaten for a third time. And the defence is just wide open there. Omega through and blasts it near post. After this game, I'm going to make him the number 9. I'm going to remember to do so. And if I don't, then I'm going to, I don't even know what I'm going to say, because if I don't do it after saying that, then I don't know what I'll do. But we've scored to make it 3-0. And we're going to sim the rest of this game. And hopefully, we don't capitulate. And thankfully, they only scored 1 goal and we get a 3-1 victory over them here. Alright, so as you can see, I decided to sim all the way to December for this game against Man United. That is because the games we've had since, well, which is the last game that we played, was something against Arsenal there. As you can see, the last game that we played was at Leverkusen 1. We had some decent fixtures that were hard ones that we could possibly play that Arsenal, but they were 10th in the table at the time, so I simmed them when we beat them. In November, we're facing against Liverpool. They were also like around 8th, so we simmed against them and beat them. Spurs were similar again, they were 10th in the table, so we simmed against them. But as you can see, in the past couple of games, Sunderland got a 2-2 draw. We then got a 2-2 draw against Brighton, a 1-1 draw against Chelsea, and a 1-1 draw in the Champions League against Slavia Praha. So we withdrew 4 games in a row somehow after winning everything else in between. Let's get into this one though. We also do have the Carabao Cup. I couldn't end the episode with this game here in the Carabao Cup against Chelsea in the quarterfinals. I might start the next episode off with that one. Let's get into this one. Up against Man United, they're currently 5th in the table. I will show you the table as it currently stands. We're on top with 39 points. As you can see, Man United are 5th in the table on 27 points. Let's get into this one and hopefully return to winning ways after drawing 4 games in a row and beat United here in a big game. And well, if you're wondering why I decided to sim all these games instead of playing some of the big ones against Spurs and Arsenal, etc., it's because, well, we're in season 3 of the series, and this series has lasted longer than it should have done it anyway, because I couldn't upload a video for like 6 or 7 days. So there was a period of time where I couldn't upload a video anyway, so I couldn't record and make videos and post to you guys in the series. So this series would have been done already anyway. But I do also want to get onto our next series because, well, that reason as well that I just mentioned, and also the fact that it is season 3, and, well, we've played a bunch of these Premier League teams over and over again in the past 2 seasons, and it is going to get boring after a little while playing the same team. So I do want to focus more on the Champions League and winning that one. Also, we do also want to defend the Premier League trophy, so we need to defend here as Chichua does well it to defend Seshko. We do want to defend our Premier League trophy and also the other domestic trophies. We have won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup as well, and also it's going to win the Champions League. But if we don't manage to win those trophies this season, I won't be too upset about it. You know what I mean? Like, we've won them before, and the main thing we want to win this season is the Champions League. But winning everything else as well along the way would be great. Yara, mate. Ball over the top to João Felix, so he can take a shot here. After taking it down on the men's, makes a save there. And Vimmer love that from you. Vimmer inside, near post strike, and that's 1-0. And by the way, Patrick Vimmer, I'll show you at the end of the episode, the amount of roles he can play in this team, it's insane. Like, he's got so many roles he can play. Striker, cam, left mid, right mid, it's incredible. But that's his first goal in the Premier League season. He surprisingly hasn't scored in sim games apparently, but I feel like he has scored a bunch of goals in sims that I've seen as I've been going through them, but apparently not in the Premier League. But it is where it is. He scores here and makes it 1-0 to us, which is to see. Omega through, great time pass into João Felix, back across to Omega, that's 2-0. And like I said, United are United are 5th in the table, and that's our second goal of the game. That's why I said we're second, because that was on my mind. But Omega there with his 8th goal in the league. But United, like I said before, they're a team that we can easily beat in career mode because of their formation, the 3 at the back, and we're seeing it here again. We're just running through them and getting opportunities, and we've got our second goal of the game, courtesy of Omega there, making it 2-0 to us, which is to see. And if this game does become 3-0, as you can see, Santiago Bueno, by the way, he's now a Man United player. We're sold him to them as we didn't need him at the club anymore as a 5th choice centre back. We didn't need him, and we let him go. And he signed for United for about 15 million, if I'm not mistaken. And that's maybe the second player they brought off is they brought Johnston, as we swapped him for Bayinde, who's our backup goalkeeper. Seshko running through, Chachua, good defending. Yara, mate. To Hernandez forward. João Felix. And pull that back across to Omega. That should be free. Lemens, what a save. And Vimmer couldn't get there, and it's cleared. And United play it. Here they come again, and Bumo. It's Teo Hernandez, and he's somehow got through to Seshko, but there's Mukele once again. See Teo Hernandez charging backwards, trying to get the ball off him, and he's done enough there to slightly stop him, but he still has the ball. There's Mikel Low stopping him dead in his tracks. They're putting it out for a corner. As Cunha heads off, Bruno Fernandes into the box. The lit header, Van Dijk will save, and Nico Williams is down for them. I keep forgetting that they've signed Nico Williams because he doesn't start for them. Football here from us. Getting the ball forward, Neves. They get a long shot away, Neves hits it, and Neves is denied by Lamens, and it's gone straight up in the air, and Lamens is thankfully going to be there for them to catch it. Nico Williams is now for them. Chachuado challenging there, but it wasn't enough, and Sesko's header easily caught by Vanja and get in the box. But that's going to be the end of the game, a 2-0 victory against United here. In the end, a fairly comfortable one for us, and despite our best efforts, we could have had more goals to this game. But it's a big 3 points for us against Man United, and a much deserved victory in this one here. And well, that's going to call it for the end of today's episode on a bit of a time crunch here for this episode now. And as you can see, we've got some great players in the team going up in ratings. Vanja up to an 84, Upamecano 89 now, Wimmer 86. And I wanted to show you the roles that he can play for us in the team. As you can see, winger double plus, wide maker double plus, inside forward, half winger +1, shadow striker, classic 10, playmaker, inside forward at left mid as well. We're also treading up in the striker role as well as a advanced forward. He's got so many insane roles for us that he could just play anywhere in this attack, which you'll have to see for players like him. As you can see, the players are looking great in the team so far. Obviously, next episode, we've got a bunch more bigger games to play, so we're not going to sim as many. Well, we're going to sim a lot of games still, but we're also going to play Champions League games, we're going to play FA Cup, Premier League games as well, and obviously big Premier League games, as you can see as well, Bayern up to an 81 as our backup goalkeeper, looking pretty good. And Mega's got 13 and 3, João Felix 10 and 4, Jerome 7 and 7, Gomez continuing his insane attacking playing at centre mid with 6 and 7, Wimmer 5 and 3, Minter 5 goals, and you can see the rest of the players doing quite nicely as well in their respective positions and the game time they've gotten. So next episode we're going to have a bunch of big games. As you saw, we're going to start it off here with the game against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. We then have Man City in the league on Christmas Day, which is a pretty big game there to play at home. And after that, I mean, anything in here, we've got Bayern and Napoli here, but I feel like we can sim both of these because we're in a good position in the Champions League. And I feel like we're going to sim maybe all the way up into this Liverpool game and play that one maybe, I'm not too sure. We have Man City again. So I think we're most likely going to get around to March or April next episode and try wrap up the series as quickly as possible to move on to our next one. Not because I'm not enjoying the series, I'm enjoying the series, but I do feel like I need a change of a new series, so I'm going to try and get through this one as quickly as possible. As you can see, we're on 42 points currently in the league, ahead of Man City, as you can see right there. And in the Champions League in the league phase, we're currently top of the table at that one as well. 16 points to our name, 0 losses, 1 draw and 5 wins. As you can see right there, in a pretty good position with Bayern Munich and also Napoli as our next games to play, which are pretty big ones. So we might have to keep an eye on those games and see where we drop down to in the league table, because we don't want to drop mainly below 4th. I feel like 4th is a good position for us to finish in, and 1st would be incredible for us. But that's going to call it for this one. Like I mentioned, drop a like and subscribe if you're going to enjoy the episode. And as always, thank you for watching, and goodbye.